Welcome back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright trilogy, where in the last video we had Angel Star, or she called herself the Comfort Queen, in the stand to tell her side of the story, what actually happened. While she was trying to tell her story, what actually happened, she was basically giving us her side lunch packet to disturb us from what she really wanted to say. She did tell some truth in some instances, but she also didn't verify what she said before because she was changing her story a little bit. But there's a key evidence that came to in the picture that came to play that we need to investigate, which under the muffler of a edgy car. But with that being said, grab your snacks, grab your drink, because that Detective Reaper is coming to save the day. February, almost 12 p.m. And why is Emma is looking like this?
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
All trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Oh, only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who started to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Yeah, because everybody basically ignored me. Hold up, partner. Hey, Officer Marshall. They said you show up a red claw to a bug, it fired up his temper. That's what they told me when I was youngin', at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come by, take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down, turning the fort in central enemy territory. That's hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor tasting mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with the scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I seen a red breeze blowing at her slinging that many a times. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the criminal, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Yeah, like I said, everybody said she wear it, but at the picture shows that she wasn't wearing it. So she had it at the time, but she didn't have it then.
So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bulls by the horns. You got that right, man. And sometimes you gotta let the bull go whatever he will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this.
So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
Quicksand. If it's steak sauce, I could hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh, wee! Alright. Courtroom number 9, get my drinks. I'm gonna have to get out to change my voices a little bit. Here we go. Oh, we back in the courtroom already. I like to resume. What's up? The judge keep looking over at the prosecution. Uh-oh. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You dumping over. Your back is bent. All right, Judge. Jesus Christ. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Miss Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it's time we continue on with this trial. During a recess, I have requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unstoppable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Ah, excuse me. Knock knock. Who's there? Oh, who's this guy? Oh man. What's this guy? A strange stuff your aura seems to be filling the room. Oh, he look like he big time too. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
Yeah. Who on earth is he? You gonna say something, sir? Ah, it's you! Who is he? Oh yeah, he must be the big man at the top. He didn't say anything. Oh, hey. Sorry I'm late, G. The rolls are packed. It's just me. No time no see, Ed, G. How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy smidgy, Urgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Urgy? Seems to be his nickname for the judge.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We got an Edgy and we have an Urgy. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
So you're right, the attorney. I heard some good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about a little wordy giving you all the trouble.
Oh, man. He's calling him Little Wordy, man. So you know he's definitely the high chief or the high president. Something.
You know, we should all go swimming together someday, Charlie.
Little Wordy. Mr. Wright! You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh, okay. He's sit there looking at us. You gonna say something?
Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
And that music, oh my god. So, to what we owe this honor today, it's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Wordy here. Look at the poor fella. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler!
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. So she was telling the truth.
But to think it was stuff in that exhaust pipe. On Little Wordy's car, no less.
Wow, Wordy, they came up on you. Oh.
It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you call a switchblade knife.
Quite perplexing, this. Wow, okay. He coming in bringing in evidence? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth!
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Wordy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me?
Uh-oh. He starts saying something now.
Have a look at this document where it says per person in charge investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there, Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, your head was in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you, the person in charge, though. I expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I see Miss Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Go.
The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defendant in favor first. Yes. Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at this blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, but I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
No. If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore either. That's what I'm saying. How am I supposed to point if I cut my hand? I need my hand. Come on, just hurry up and open it.
Okay.
Alright, wow, this thing is doing this by itself. Okay. I'm not pressing the button.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Ish. Okay. Alright. Let me bring it down a little bit.
What? Don't scare me like that!
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at the knife, its tip is blocking off.
And this dark red stain, blood. Yeah, you got an SL92 in there. Switchblade knife added to the court records. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in a defendant muffler. Wow, so that was in the muffler. This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm very sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutor and the police and this knife?
Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really.
Alright, so we have the chief of police here, and we get the chance to hear his testimony here. It doesn't seem like he really did it. He just came out of nowhere and just jumped in, and you can tell he is actually the chief of police because everybody got quiet, especially Edgeworth, the way he was looking before he walked in. So he's the real deal. Alright, let's see what he has to say.
This knife is special, but I can't say how.
Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman.
That was a bad day for the public. We weren't in any shape to do investigation.
A detective was killed at the police department.
See, what a mess.
The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not official link to here, Kate, so I can't talk much about it. Okay.
Yeah, there was a murder at the police department, a detective?
That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second. You say 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecution office. Yeah, jury. Yeah, you hear that, jury?
Order! Order! Order!
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. Well, we're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detective kills at the same time, 2 different places? Yeah, I don't buy that not one bit.
The chances of that are very slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
And you're absolutely right about that, Emma. I like to exercise my right to cross-examine a witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Alright, he has some... Okay, he said this don't have anything to do with the case, but I think there's a contradiction in there somewhere. Alright, this knife is special, but I can't say how here. Question that. Excuse me, special?
Hard to come by these particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that.
We established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why there's another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler.
Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between Good and this knife. Got a question that too. How would you know that? This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that goes on in the public I can't explain. It's dedicated, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto.
Why did everybody call me Whiteo? Evidence that led this knife to Detective Goodman, huh? I think it's perhaps a piece of fall into place. I should try to present a piece of evidence that had me stuck all the time. So how were things down at the department? That was a bad day. That was a bad day for the public. We weren't initiating the investigation. Wonder why? Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look on your eyes there, right on my boy. Sharp and hungry.
So something did happen. And why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed?
Well, why did you ask? No matter, I understand. You was busy with that Atlanta case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police station? What a mess. Who was it? Who was the detective? On the same day the detective was killed in the prosecution parking lot, another detective was killed in the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss of words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested him? That was quick. That was real quick. What's his name? What's his name? But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, right-o? I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Alright. When the victim died, okay, they say the victim died at around 5:15, so we don't need that information. Where the victim was found is interesting. How the victim was killed is basically with a knife, so these two questions already answer itself, so we need to find out where he was found. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Okay. Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room in the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, right-o? I can't say that I heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more information about this evidence room. There's something strange about that. About then is the place where the body was found. Okay. The time of crime was 5:15. Scary coincidence. Hold that too. 5:15. But that's where Detective Good was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder in the prosecutor's place and a murder in our place at the very same time? What are the chances? Wow, you hear that, Jerry? Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I say there's a 0.001 chance of that happening.
Yeah, I agree. Chief Gant, please tell us more about this incident. It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it. But why? Why you can't talk about it? How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm chief of police. I can't just say anything, please, Rhino. You understand?
Try to understand, Righto.
Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two birds together. Whatever it is, I better find and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives was killed 5:15, 1 at the prosecutor's office and 1 at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife, what's it doing there?
I better check this knife out. Okay, let's see. Alright, so the knife is special. Unless there's evidence approved. That's approved. Alright, let's see. Let's check this out. Okay, let's go to the knife here. Check this out here. Okay. Hold on a second.
There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, baby, is a case number.
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what written on that tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Maybe I should check the court records again. Alright. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Okay. Let's see. Could be that. Can't be that. Can't be this. No. This is tag, so we don't that had nothing to do with this. Blue Bladger. Dab on knife. Okay, so the knife and this had the same thing, so okay, wait a minute. So it says 6 minus 7s 12 2, but wait a minute. Wait a minute, if I turn it upside down, it's 2-21 SL9. So this gotta be it right here. Then we'll back up here. And then we go with E. Objection. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife? This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Ah, and honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What this? 6 money 7S 12-2?
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside?
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn around, what you get?
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
That's L9? That's the same thing. It was written on the knife's tag.
Yeah, jury, you hear that, jury?
Order! Order! Well, Chief?
Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game this guy playing? Detective was killed. What a mess. Hold that. On the same day, detective was prosecution parking lot. Another detective was killed. The police. Yeah, surprising. That is Udgy. I'm lost of words. Well, just arrested. That was quick. Yeah. Oh, good one. Oh, good scare shot. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing only. Victim, how the victim was killed. Where? We say where. Should tell me where. Let's see. Well, I can't say court fell. I can't say crime took place at evidence room. Police department. Evidence room. Wait a second. I heard that. The evidence room. He mentioned that in his testimony. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in the case file for stolen evidence. There's a connection between two cases. Okay,
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
happy? Happy, we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases there, we finally have some leverage. Now, if we get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked yet, so we can tell. Here we go. Chief. The defense position is simple this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Hey, you don't say. Well, out with it, righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
Oh, he got that look on his face. You two make a good pair. It took my man 2 days to find out what Judy does right here. Chief, I request you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It has to be announced yet, and all. Can we get information? Unofficially? Sure, why not? It's official after all. What, really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department. Well, guess what? Give me that. If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Okay, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of them. Alright, victim, you got the victim division, the victim ID number, and the victim gender. The victim, I'm assuming he is obviously a male. Victim division, I don't really care about the division too much because they're all in one station, I think. But I care about the ID number, which is more important. Okay, how about you tell me the victim ID number? Sure. Why not? It's not like you're able to tell who it is from anyway. Or that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their names, that's all.
We'll keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't get in your hopes up. The number is 5842189.
Wow, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2, I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right. Judge, what are you doing? The first number he said was 5, I think. You got that wrong.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID of the victim and the policeman is 5842189. Just tell me something. Just tell me nothing. Just definitely tell me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does it mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you?
Oh, dang, I just clicked right over. I was actually looking. 584218. This looks about right. I think it's about it. Take that. Witness. Oh, everybody's quiet on me?
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detective murder at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto! Personnel IDs are top secret! Detective Goodman ID number is 5842189. Oh, they get quiet on me again?
And this means what exactly?
Huh? Dang, Judge, you still not catching on?
Wait, that ID that we heard from Chief earlier, that started with 8 to... I forgot.
And you still got the first number wrong. You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this... Means that what I want to know, the 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think of that? Oh, ho, sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 550 in underground parking lot.
Yet, the detective Bruce Goodman was also killed in the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time in a completely different location. Yeah, that's basically what we're saying, which is not true.
Order, Chief, what does this mean?
No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm gonna prosecute charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Wordy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Uh-oh. Or did you hear me? Uh-oh. We hold this tight, you're in trouble. The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. Huh? What? How? What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before?
Wait! Yeah, that goofy looking officer. That's the officer. That's him. Excuse me, but Mr. Edgeworth, anyone on the premises? Sir, I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Yep, that's him. Uh-oh. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Line of Sky incident. Detective Bruce could be murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim name is written right on the top of the report. What? What did your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if the officer was capable of making a connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error of gross negligence of duty of your part, Wordy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... Uh-oh, he got that look in his face. Uh-oh, this ain't good. No such stuff this time, Wordy. Or should I say unworthy? Ooh, what? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit enough evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Wow. So he used it against me while I was trying to prove that it had something to do in court. You sneaky devil. The connection was just proven by right over there. Good job, Ryder, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job, I guess. No. No. He planned that on purpose. He used that against me. That's a heck of a tactic he did too.
It seems we have come to the end of the trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Wordy, with all those rumors. You were even a defendant just this past December. I'll apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth,
please, just give me one more day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You better get your results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution requested. Would that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned.
Ooh. To be continued. Oh my goodness. Wow, the big man Damon Gant just came in and basically came in and stole the show. He came into key evidence and he wasn't sure if any case was linked, but thanks to Phoenix Wright, which is me, I actually linked the 2 cases there, and then he had a third evidence but he couldn't bring in because he needed something that have connection to the case. But because I linked the 2 together, he had a third evidence, brought that in due to edgy negligence because he didn't want to take Officer Meekins what he was about to bring in earlier, and so now that's bringing another play. So this is gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna play out. I thank everybody for watching the gameplay of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and if you like the content, you can press the like button for subscribe button, or you can make comments in the video or what you think about it, and we will be back until next time of Phoenix Wright. Until next time, I'm out.